The last one we learned about was the power of humor. We actually learned that resilient people are pretty funny, but it's a wee bit of a dark humor. It's a humor that sometimes can get you in a wee bit of trouble with HR. Like, it's not appropriate humor, but they used it as this like human shield. But what we found is it actually had a physiological benefit. So for example, when you laugh, your body releases a natural tranquilizer. So for that moment in time, your pain receptors are actually blocked. You cannot feel pain when you're laughing. Now that doesn't really solve your problems, but what it does is it gives you a moment of reprieve, a moment to catch your breath, a moment to just pause and not have the heaviness of a situation crush you. Another interesting research finding we learned along the same vein, and I get a wee bit nervous because this is what I get referenced for the most after 20 years, tons and tons of hours of research and multiple books. We learned this, and this is what people talk about the most in my work. Do you want to hear it? Yeah, you probably do, right? You want to hear it? Yeah, of course you do. Thanks. I appreciate that participation. We learned that people who swear, like people who cuss or curse not at somebody, it needs to be more of a floating adjective style. You know what I'm talking about? You all know what I'm talking about. Those folks live longer. Yeah, I know. I love that. Yeah. Well, what is it about somebody who swears? Why does that add longevity? And it has to do with this thing called temperament. On one end, we have the people that just kind of roll with things. They don't take everything too seriously. They have a wee bit of fun, and they can just let things go in the moment when they're activated. Versus, on the other end, we have the bottlers or the brewers who like to hold on to every offense. They get triggered all the time, and they like to revisit all those, especially between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. is when they like to revisit it. And what we know is it actually impacts your immune system, right? So we actually know there's a correlation between our temperament and our vitality.